We've spent some time now talking about keywords. And what we need to do is to bring those strands together. In fact, what we need is a keyword strategy. And our strategy for choosing keywords is all based around a balancing act. We're really having to balance the size of the competition against whether people actually do, real people do use the search term, and its relevance. And of course, we've already covered the first 2 points. We can assess the size of competition by simply doing a Google search, and that will tell us how many sites are competing for that space. We've looked at how to work out how many people use it, and we do that using Google Keyword Tool. So now we need to look at relevance. And relevance is all about thinking like a customer, forgetting what it is we sell and thinking about what it is people buy. It can sometimes help to build a persona. Let's suppose that most of our clients tend to be male, middle-aged, middle management. Then let's put a picture on the wall next to our screen. Let's try to imagine not a marketplace, but a single individual. A persona can be useful in other areas when we're developing our website. For example, the look and feel of the site, the tone of voice, the way in which we write the words on the page. We can keep looking at that photograph and say, would she or would he find this appealing? Let's go back again now to the way people buy. And I'm going to look at a couple of real examples. Let's start off with the software industry. Software houses like to believe they sell much more than just business software. What they're really selling is business solutions. Believe me, go to the website and look up a number of applications, look up stock control, and you find that what they're really selling is stock control solutions. Unfortunately, people don't buy solutions. When they sit down at the computer system and they want to find some way to improve the way they do their stock control, they want to computerize it, they type in stock control software. For our next example, let's move a little nearer to home. We'll use my own website as an example. And you remember, what do? My business is copywriting. I spend most of every day copywriting for other people, other companies. So if you've got a pen handy, write down, or at least think, what do you believe would be a useful term for me to use on my website? Did it contain the word copywriting? If so, then we'd be missing a trick. You see, when people sit down at the computer, what they're looking for is an IT copywriter, a pharmaceutical copywriter, a logistics copywriter, a finance copywriter. The people who use the word copywriting when they're making searches on the net tend to be more interested in the industry rather than looking for a freelancer. So, for example, they could be students who just completed their media study course and they want to know more about the copywriting industry. How much can you earn copywriting? So I really can't stress strongly enough. Think like a customer, forget what it is you're selling, and think what people buy. Moving on, I'd like to ask you now, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? The answer is a bite at a time. So whenever we're overwhelmed with the scale of a task, it can be useful to break things down into bite-sized chunks. The word copywriter competes with over 6 million different sites. It could take a couple of years to succeed with a search term like that. So the thing to do is to divide your offering into bite-sized morsels and get some quick wins. You're looking for quick revenue. And that's exactly what I did when I was setting up in business. What I did was to choose 5 quick wins and 1 longer-term investment search term. And the result was brochure copywriter, case study copywriter, white paper copywriter, logistics, pharmaceutical copywriter are all positioned 1 or 2 worldwide, and they were all achieved within about 3 months. The longer term investment, IT copywriter, where the competition was 2.5 million websites, that's reached position 2 and 3 within something like 12 months. Let's go back to our tick list. We know how to work out the size of our competition, the scale of our competition, simply by doing a Google search. We can check whether people really use those terms by using Google's keyword tool. As to relevance, we need to put on our thinking cap, but at least a persona can assist us there. And finally, we realize that we need to break our search term down into manageable bites. Hey, it looks like we've got our keyword strategy. Let's just recap. In the main, people do not use keywords, they use key phrases. The jargon in the industry is long tail keywords. Forget about what it is you're selling and think about what it is people are buying. Think like a customer. Once you've arrived at a selection of potential key phrases, check whether they're really used by people using Google's keyword tool. Size up the scale of the competition with a Google search. Then you're going to be in a position to balance the scale of the competition against the relevance of the term, against whether it really is used. And finally, start with 5 quick win search terms and 1 longer term investment. Everything we've covered in this session is summarized in hard copy in the next PDF. And you'll also find there a matrix that you can use to start balancing your potential keywords. So we've got a strategy for keywords, but what on earth do we do with them? Find out more in the next video session.